go into race mode and let's see. This is one of those cars that no matter how relaxed and slow you think you're going to go, it throws everything out the door, because this is absolutely not the character of this car. This thing is intoxicating. It really is. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Today, like always, we have something really special. It's the 2016 Mercedes AMG GT-S. So if you're tuning in because you saw the thumbnail of this incredible looking machine, you're probably already aware of what the AMG GT-S is. But for those of you that aren't, let me give you a brief history on what it is. As everyone knows, AMG is the tuning division of Mercedes. They have been tuning them since the early 90s, and this is one of their rare examples where this is really made in-house at AMG. So in the 2010s, the first car ever made by AMG was the Mercedes SLS. That one was really an homage to the 60s Mercedes, the gullwing one, the 300 SL. The SLS featured gullwing doors. It was raw. It was an insane machine. Michael Schumacher really had a hand in its co-development. It's powered by a 6.3-liter naturally aspirated V8. It was just thunder. Same typical setup. Mid-engine, the transaxle in the back where the transmission kind of rests. So that was the SLS. But Mercedes wanted to do a little bit of an evolution because that was a very track-focused car. They kind of wanted to make something a little bit more daily drivable, more daily friendly, more 911 competitiveness. And this is where they came up with the AMG GT platform. Now, of course, Mercedes does have a brand new GT. There's a lot of reviews out there actually putting these ones head-to-head. And I really do like it. I like its styling. It's a lot more stable because it features a 4MATIC system. This is strictly a rear-wheel drive. It is a masterpiece in engineering. It is a marvel in technology. But my biggest concern with the new AMG GT is that it's kind of lost its rawness. It's lost its character. So yeah, this one really retains that proper, raw, special kind of weekend vibe that you just don't get from the new AMG GT. And I kind of want to make you hear what I mean. Just by starting it and revving it, you kind of already instantly have an idea why it's raw, why it's so mechanical. Just have a listen to the exhaust note. Now, this is a fully stock exhaust system, and it sounds like that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if the camera really does justice to it, but this thing is so loud. The pops and the bangs during the overrun, even during just regular revving, are absolutely deafening. And it's not just that, it's just people turn around, people wonder, what the hell was this obnoxious machine making all this noise? And then when you see the way this thing looks, you know, it kind of like, people are in awe all the time. I mean, it's not for no reason this car is nicknamed the Batmobile. I mean, just look at this profile. Look at it. This thing is so wide. In the rear view mirror, when someone sees you coming, I'm not kidding, people move away. Just this thing is so menacing and it's so imposing. And I think the proportions are so right. And the hood is absolutely massive in length. Massive. So, but there's a reason behind why it's so massive. And speaking about that, let's pop the hood and let's talk about this insane 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 engine. So here it is, codenamed the M178. It's a 4-liter 90-degree V8 with 2 turbochargers tucked into the V. You know, as most of you are aware, that shortens the exhaust path, which makes pretty much a turbo lag non-existent. But I can tell you AMG really has perfected it, especially in terms of cooling. If you notice, this car has active cooling for the turbos right up here in the hood, which kind of like opens the vent to really cool down these turbochargers. This car is primarily oriented for, you know, kind of like spirited driving and track use. And now let's talk numbers. 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, trans-axle, so it's mounted to the rear once again. For weight distribution, this car kind of has really interesting weight distribution. It's 53 in the rear and 47 in the front. So adding already to that kind of exotic car feel, it's not just this. The engine is a closed deck cast aluminum block, nano slide iron carbon cylinder walls, which is absolutely mental. And of course, there's forged pistons as well as a board stroke of 83 by 92 millimeters, which gives it an insane mid-range. Red line's at about 7,200 RPM. I mean, the list goes on. And of course, this being an AMG, their philosophy always follows one man, one engine, hand-built engines. Always, that's the Mercedes model. And this particular one was built by Mr. Sebastian Ziegler. Mr. Sebastian Ziegler, your name will forever be imprinted on this marvel of a masterpiece of an engine you assembled. And of course, last but not least, this car was featured from 2016 to 2019 as an F1 pace car. Very recognizable. I actually got pulled over on the street a couple of times and people always ask me the same question. Is this the F1 pace car? Yes, it is, and there was a reason behind it. All right, and inside the AMG GT-S, I mean, this is a sports car, and you can tell. Just the way everything is really driver-focused and driver-oriented, you can tell it's a sports car. The seats are very heavily bolstered. Awesome looking AMG seats. I really love the red kind of insert here. I gotta be honest, they're extremely uncomfortable. It's not so much the bolstering that's uncomfortable. That actually makes sense with the way this car handles. It's the fact that they're very hard. So the seat cushion is surprisingly hard, actually. Of course, this is a track-ready vehicle. But I mean, at the same time, it kind of doubles down a little bit as a Grand Tourer, so it would have been nice to have slightly softer seats. The build quality is absolutely on another level here. I love the center stack with the carbon fiber. Really, really, really nice carbon fiber. And I specifically love the aluminum here. I believe that was an option. A lot of them came in piano black. This one had the aluminum, and it kind of really, really gives it a very nice, very luxurious feel to the cabin. In typical Mercedes fashion from those years, really, you got your speedometer, your tachometer, a little screen in the middle giving you the essential information. So this really gives me a flashback from the 2018 C43 I reviewed, kind of the same UI and same software. You got your infotainment screen here, pretty small by today's standard, pretty low resolution by today's standard, and I gotta be honest with you, it's pretty terrible. This is the thing that dates the car the most. Mercedes was never super advanced back in those years with their kind of infotainment and MMI system. And I can tell you that it really shows, specifically with how clunky and how wonky all the menus are. It's a little bit hard to find. I like that you still have the physical buttons for the climate control, so that's really nice. But overall, this infotainment system for me is really like a thumbs down. It's the thing that ages the car the most. And specifically this kind of like touch gesture pad here, same thing, not my favorite thing. But yeah, everything else is just absolutely premium in this vehicle. The Alcantara everywhere, the carbon fiber tube here, the kind of the brace bar and carbon fiber. I mean, this car just oozes performance. It absolutely is a gorgeous machine, even almost 10 years down the line. And last but not least, the Burmester sound system absolutely sounds fantastic in this car. It's very good bass, very good treble, very good mid-range. It's a good system. But I'll be honest with you, I very rarely turn it on because the best sound system and soundtrack in this car is the engine and the exhaust. And I say, let's fire this AMG GT-S up. Let's go for a spirited drive, because you have to go for a spirited drive in this. And let me show you guys exactly what I mean. Let's go. All right, let's fire up this GT-S. Guys, I really hope the sound is going to really reflect well on the microphone, because this thing just sounds so freaking good. All right, driving the 2016 Mercedes AMG GT-S. Now, for the first couple of minutes, I'm going to drive this car in comfort mode because this car could potentially double down as a Grand Tourer, so I feel like it's important to talk about comfort mode. So what is there to say? Suspension is still very stiff, the engine is way too quiet, and this car was not made to be in comfort mode. So let's go into race mode and let's see. You know, I've driven a lot of cars, I really have, and this is one of those cars that no matter what gear you're on, no matter how relaxed and slow you think you're going to go, it throws everything out the door, because this is absolutely not the character of this car. This thing is intoxicating. It really is. And you see we have a nice little straight coming here. I mean, let me show you guys what I mean, all right? Let's see if traction control is going to do its thing. And we're off. Spinning tires. Oh, this thing is a fucking rocket, man. Hard on the brakes. So, obviously this car is just constantly fighting for traction. Don't forget also, it's a cold day today. We're end of fall, actually, close to winter. It's 12 degrees outside. So the car is just constantly fighting for traction, but when it puts the power down, man, this thing goes. The brakes are really good. They stop the car. I kind of don't love them. I don't feel like the feel on them is that phenomenal. They do a great job at stopping the car, but I would like a little bit more initial bite and a little bit more feel. But all things considered, this thing is just absolutely on another level. So we're on our back roads now, as we usually do. Like I said, these tires, the Michelin, they really need to be heated up properly, and it's a cold day today, so I really don't want to I don't want to push the car too much because it's a little unpredictable with these roads. But let's get a feel exactly for what I mean when I say this is like a kind of Porsche-inspired vehicle. I mean, I think we've established that the engine is phenomenal, but the handling is just on another level, man. Absolute rocket. It's so predictable. It's you know what, guys, I'm just gonna stop talking. Oh my god, this thing is an absolute rocket. How could such a big car handle the way it handles? You know, I'm saying the brakes don't have a feel, but they fucking stop. I absolutely feel everything that's happening. Everything. What a machine, guys. All right. You know, I usually talk a lot when I do this. At this time, there was just no point. And you know what's crazy? What I just did? Effortless. It was absolutely effortless. I could have pushed it more. I don't know the car. I don't know how warm the tires are. I honestly could have pushed it more. I've never had a car that inspired so much confidence as much as this one. The last one that inspired as much confidence for me was the AMG GT-S in manual, but the car also developed 300 something horsepower. That is just if I had to pick today between this or the 911, I'd probably pick this. You know what this could double down as for you car nuts to kind of get an idea? If anybody remembers the Porsche 928 from the 80s, I feel like this is what a modern day Porsche 928 would feel like. All right. So I think we've proven a point. We've established that this is an absolute track weapon. Let's go back into comfort. I see kind of everything just tames back down. The problem is it's still very stiff, but everything just kind of tames down. And this is where you can just go pick up your wife, go pick up your girlfriend, whichever, and you just, you just go back home or go on a little road trip, nothing too crazy. And yeah, this could potentially double down as a cruiser. So what are my final thoughts on this? This thing is just incredible. It's incredible for the road. It's incredible for the back roads. I really feel like there's an insane amount of feel. The engine feels absolutely phenomenal. It's a Porsche killer, man. And it looks good. People look at it. It just looks good. It's menacing. But yeah, I'm very lucky and very fortunate to have been able to try this and give my opinion. It's one of my favorite cars of all time, and now it's going to be on the top of my list. And yeah, what are your thoughts on this car? If any of you own a GT-S, if any of you own a GT, maybe even a GTR, let me know down in the comments below. And please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. All these make a huge difference for future videos like this. And yeah, so this is Jordan signing out. Thank you all for tuning in, and I wish everyone a wonderful day. Bye-bye.